Boswell for the extra point. Oh, I was just missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. But they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second.
Staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it. 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
Second and 3. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Succop for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. Flush to his right. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He's going to go up top for the end zone. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Takes it at the 7. Well, now how about this return? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Going up top for Miller. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, is starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here at their own 23. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Second and short now following the fumble.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
Ray McCloud to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the